We haven't done hole inspector for a minute. So let's do top monthly holes maybe. We'll try it. We'll try this one. We'll try it. All right. Am I the asshole for telling my brother it's pathetic that he can't do the basics of what his wife did? Okay. Here we go. How split is this Dickie? 64% for asshole, 36% for not the asshole. Okay. On phone, sorry. I love my sister-in-law and brother. They have 2 kids, and my sister-in-law, Rachel, was a kinda stay-at-home mom. She worked from home part-time, but also took care of the kids and all the chores. I was over multiple times, and the house was spotless. I really thought she was just extra cleaning when she had guests, but no. When I had my kids, she showed me her schedule. She would be up at 5 a.m. for meal prepping the whole day. Like she never stopped, and a lot of her tips helped me with my own home. Now my brother lost his job, and it was decided that Rachel would go back to work full-time and he would stay at home. The kids are in kindergarten and first grade. He has this on easy mode. I've been over to help sometimes since he just sucks at it. The house is always a mess. The kids are usually late to school. He asked me to drive them after the school, talk to him. He doesn't cook. It's just sad. He got in a huge argument with his wife since dinner wasn't done and she had to make it. He was ranting about how it is unfair and that he is trying. I told him it's pathetic he can't do the basics of what his wife did. He has 8 hours free and he can't keep the house clean. I told him she will divorce him if he doesn't stop being lazy and figure it out. He left after calling me a jerk, and my mom is now on me for what I said. Thank you for the mac and cheese replies. Updates. I love my sister-in-law and my mom apologized to me. Rachel sent my mom what the kitchen and house looks like. The messages from the school and apparently a text argument about how he shouldn't be doing this. She gave him 2 options. Get his shit together or get out. I learned a lot more about the situation and learned he wasn't packing the kids' lunches in the last 2 days. I think he just broke his marriage. She found out he won't pull his weight when it comes down to it. Weaponizing competence can take many forms. Like I dated someone who was incapable of just looking something up and would always ask me, bro, I can't be Google in your brain and I have to handle my stuff. Right, fair. Yeah, a parent too, not just a breadwinner. Exactly. I don't think they're an asshole for telling your brother it's pathetic they can't do the basics of what his wife did. I don't think so, because from an outsider perspective, without knowing what's going on or without a diagnosis or seeking help on the willingness to get better from the brother's perspective, not an asshole. Oh, new Dickie going live right now. Am I the asshole for firing my brother after he proposed at my wedding? Everyone sucks here. Clocked immediately, Evo. Clocked immediately. So a bit of background. I own a plumbing company and hired my brother 3 years ago. He was jobless after the pandemic, and I offered him to come work for me. He was 22 at the time and is now looking to become a master plumber and start his own business. Okay. All right. I'm here for that. At my wedding, in which he was the best man, he decided that during his speech, he would give us all a big surprise and decided to propose to his longtime girlfriend during his best man speech. Oh.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer every night.
Oh my God.
And my arm. Even my fingers.
Me and my wife were appalled. We both feel like he stole the shine from our day. Everyone else in our families were so excited and kept taking pictures with her, looking at the ring, etc. I decided to fire him the very next day. He still doesn't understand why. He claims I'm being selfish and irrational, and our parents agree. They're saying that business should be separate from our personal lives, but I can't overlook what he did and how he ruined our day. Am I overthinking this? This feels like an everyone's the asshole. Yeah. Edit number 1. I should have mentioned this, but he is still getting severance. He is still my brother, and I wouldn't let him lose his home over this. But as a small business, I can't imagine seeing him every day at work. Not now, at least. Edit number 2. I reached out to him, and we plan on speaking later today in person. Edit number 3. I love all the people who say you've been looking for a reason to fire him or you're just jealous. He was my best man. I never felt upset about him opening his own business. In fact, he has my complete blessing. This job was only supposed to get him on his feet again. I'm so happy he liked the field and wants to go further into it. There was no malice before this incident. This thread is now locked due to an excess of rules violations. Oh, Reddit. Firing him with no grounds makes OP an asshole, but announcing your engagement at someone else's wedding makes brother an asshole too. Everyone sucks here. Yeah, I think everyone's a little bit of an asshole here. I mean, the firing did have a grounds, as in he proposed at his wedding. And like, yes, it's mixing business with personal, but you're a small business. You can fire someone for whatever the fuck. He's still getting severance. However, you're an asshole. Yeah, his boss's wedding, right. But it is what it is. Both people suck. New Predicky. If you want to make sure that you can see the new prediction, click on the 3 dots in the top right hand of your chat window. Click dismiss this message so you can put your points inside of my dicky. Am I the asshole for telling my wife off after getting our daughter to cut her hair off, even after being told not to? I know that was a lot. Am I the asshole for telling my wife off after getting our daughter to cut her hair off, even after being told not to? I feel like there's a bodily autonomy violation somewhere in this. I guess we'll find out. Here we go. My wife is currently battling cancer, and one of the things she's told me she's struggling with the most was losing her hair. She's been given near a 100% chance of survival since we caught her early, but the chemotherapy has destroyed her hair anyway, and she had to shave what was left of it off a few weeks ago. Not long after that, she suggested we attempt to get our 17-year-old Anna to do it as well. I mean, if she agrees to it in an act of solidarity, sure. It's Anna, sorry. Anna has very long hair that she puts a lot of care into, so I felt it was appropriate to ask her in private if she wanted to / would be willing to do such a thing. She told me she didn't want to cut her hair, and I figured that was the end of that. Oh no. Yesterday they came home from a girls' shopping trip. Something they do every so often, and Anna had a buzzed haircut. That struck me as odd after what she'd said, so after dinner I talked to her and she told me that my wife had said she would never forgive Anna if she didn't show her support by buzzing her head. I asked her if she was happy about it and she said she wasn't. When I went to bed, I brought it up with my wife and she said it was Anna's choice to or not, and I just told her how I'd see the situation. You withheld love to manipulate your fucking child. You emotionally manipulated and abused your child because you couldn't stand seeing your daughter with a full head of hair because of your own fucking insecurities. I told her off, saying she needed to respect Anna's personal choices and that a 17-year-old girl being against shaving her head wasn't exactly out of the ordinary. However, my wife simply said it was to show support for her. I've been sleeping on the couch since. I love my wife and I understand that she's going through something traumatic. However, her attitude comes off as very manipulative to me, and that's not behavior I feel like I can personally accept. I'm not sure if I can move past this to continue the relationship. Am I the asshole? No. Always, always, always support your children in the case of a manipulative parent. Her diagnosis doesn't excuse her emotionally abusing her child. Exactly. If you don't do this, you don't love me is such a manipulative standpoint. It really, 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 really fucking is. Yeah, exactly, Blue. It fucking exactly. It's not about support. It's about fucking vanity. She better get a cat or that rocking chair will be her only friend in the nursing home. Oh, you're fucking right, though. Anyway, new Dicky, new hole. You ready? Will I be the asshole if I don't change my son's name, even though it may cause him to lose an inheritance? 36% for asshole, 64% for not the asshole. Okay, here we go. I, 24, got pregonanante while I was taking a gap year traveling. I met an older guy, nothing gross. I was 19, he was 23. We had fun. I was working in a bar to make money while I explored his city. When I got pregnant, he lost interest rather quickly. I understand, but I am pro-choice, and I chose not to terminate. I went home and had my son. I also make sure to get child support. He could afford it. He did fight it, though. I had to prove paternity and everything. Through that, his parents found out. They are well off. They have met my son, and they truly do seem to love him. They have provided gifts for his birthday and Christmas. They helped me with extra money so I could complete my university without going into debt. They have taken us on vacation with them so they could spend time with him. They aren't my biggest fans, but we are cordial to each other. 3 months ago, my son's father passed away. He got drunk at his bachelor party, tripped on the sidewalk and hit his head, and that was all she wrote. You gotta like lead up to that. That came out of fucking left field. What the fuck? My son and I attended the funeral. We spent a week in that city so his grandparents could see him. They approached me with an offer. They had no other children or grandchildren. Their son was only 28, so he had lots of time to provide them legitimate kids. They did not say this, I'm just assuming, so they never thought about my son's name. They said if I changed his surname to theirs legally, they would make him their primary heir. Oh. I think this is dumb. He is their only grandchild, and they would deny him an inheritance because of his last name. I said I would consider it to be polite and have left it at that. I actually have a pretty good life as it is. My family has been very supportive, and because of the whole court thing, my son's father had to have life insurance with him as the beneficiary. Would it be nice for my kid to get a big sum of money? Yes. Do I want him to have the surname of a man who didn't want him see him or love him? No. I've been talking to my family about it, and a few of them think I'm being an asshole for giving up this kind of money for our son, for my son. It is generational wealth, and I'm making the decision based on emotion. I think they are assholes for thinking money is the only thing that matters. I think I will tell my son's grandparents that they can talk to him about it when he hits 16. He will be old enough to understand the implications, but young enough not to be tied professionally to his last name. As per usual, capitalism is the asshole. The fact that, like, the OP's parents and family immediately were like, why are you not considering this? Just fucking do it. Like it's not a big deal or anything, you know? F that dude, but also you're kind of screwing your kid by not changing the name. That money is your child's future, and guess what? They'll probably want it regardless of y'all's beef. If they find out that could also wreck y'all's relationship, ETA, get the bag. You can be honoring the grandparents that have been involved in your son's life, and ultimately your kid can change the name if they don't like it, but the money can allow your child to pursue their dreams without having to worry about the stress of loans, etc. Reddit is so far up capitalism's asshole sometimes that it blows my fucking mind. I understand both sides of the money can't buy happiness thing. Yes, it can when money could solve all of your stressors, but also if you've already got enough money, you don't need to hoard it. You know what I mean? And like, it's also used as an argument to keep poor people poor. And they're like, oh, they're fanning themselves with $10,000. Like, oh, money can't buy you happiness. Be happy being poor while making me money. You know what I mean? But like OP literally said, we're not hurting for money. We're not uncomfortable. We're pretty well off, you know? And it's weird, right? It's weird to withhold money from your grandchild on the basis of anything other than you don't have our last name. OP could hyphenate kiddo's name as a happy medium if she wants him to have a name linked to his grandparents, but OP shouldn't have to. Right. They shouldn't have to. The grandparents want an heir to continue their lineage, basically. That's literally all it boils down to. Anyway, I say not the asshole. Reddit voted asshole. We're gonna do a poll just in case to see what y'all think. Kid is 4 or 5 years old. I really think it should be up to the kid when he gets older. Definitely the kid's decision, because when a parent makes a decision, both choices could make the kid feel some regret, resentment later on. They could be mad that they didn't get the bag, or they could be mad that their name was changed just for money. Right, exactly. That's why I think it should just be up to the kid when they get older and can make the decision for themselves. And that's children do not care about bureaucratic bullshit. Yeah, it's boomers being boomers. That's what it is. Bella's about to yank my eye out. Pray for me. I'll yank for you, Carla Hart. I mean, pray for you. I'll pray for you.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
Don't look at me like that, Cave.
Night.
Don't look at me like that.